Hey guys, in our previous video we did a piece of chromatic with a full color print which was UV and then laminated. But however, in this video we're going to be doing the same size chromatic, except we're going to break these colors down into single colored cut vinyl, applied one by one, and then we laminate on top. So stick around and I'll show you how I did it. Okay guys, I've received the artwork already from our customer. Now all we need to do is start breaking down our artwork so that we can actually use it for print. So the first thing you need to do is obviously import it into your designing program, and you choose the method of how you're going to do it. But basically what we need to do in terms of readying our artwork for print, we need to separate all these colors, because we're going to be cutting them one by one and applying them in order instead of printing it all as one color on one board. So first thing we need to do is make sure that these are all separated. So I've gone ahead and I've separated these colors already, so that when we want to go and import it into our cutting program, we cut these one by one, which is exactly what you want to do. Now if your client hasn't sent you artwork in that manner, you want to try your best to make sure that you separate all the colors so that it's easier for you to cut. You do not want to cut it like this and import it into your program. You can, but it's going to make your life a little bit more difficult. So for this, we're going to make sure that we save all of these items without a background as a PNG, and you can either save it as the color you're looking for, or you can go ahead and save it in, let's say, a black color, and then change the color in your cutting or slicing program later. Okay, so now that we've got our cutting program open, I'm going to go ahead and import this design that I've made, and I must remember to import the separated colors so that we don't have any issues. So now that you've imported everything, because we had two of almost the same size in terms of artwork, we can now just put these where they're supposed to be. So as you can see there, that's almost lined up, and then this one is meant to be over here, which circles all of that artwork. So now that we've got all of our artwork here, we now need to vectorize these separately, and if you haven't done that already, once you've done that, then we can actually change the colors to the correct color like it is on our sign here, once it's picked up all the color. Okay, so now that that one is done, we can go ahead and change its color to red as it is supposed to be on our sign, as you can see there. Now just follow that exact same step for all three pieces so that you can change the color. You will need to make sure it's vectorized so that your cutting program can actually cut what you've got here. So I haven't done the other two. As you can see, if we go ahead to our cutter, it's only picked up the red purely because we don't actually have any other colors vectorized at this point. So follow that procedure, do it for all three, and then you'll have a color for every single piece of artwork there. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and push cut. And that's it. Now we just got to wait for all of them to be cut, and then we can do the next procedure. So now that we've cut everything, we've cut our blue, our black and our red vinyl on our cutter, what we now need to do is go ahead, we're going to peel back all the artwork that we don't need on all the colors, and once that is done, we are then going to laminate some backing tape over it so that we can use that to applicate. Now that all of our artwork has been attached with backing tape and has been laminated on quite well, there are two options that you can to apply the vinyls directly to the chroma deck. Option one, knowing that if you've got a nice border that you know that you can't go terribly skew, you can go straight ahead and do your lamination without water, and that way you'll have no bubbles. But again, you cannot lift it or move it once you've applied it, purely because there's nothing underneath to prevent it from sticking. So that option there I would choose if only you've got borders and you know that you can't go skew. Now if you've got lots of colors and lots of items that you need to apply to the board, and you don't have the luxury of going a little bit skew, or you don't know if you need to line it up better, then the preferred way of doing this is a little bit of sunlight soap with some water, which you spray onto the board beforehand after making sure it's clean, and then you peel back your application tape with all the vinyl on top, put it over this water solution. Then this allows you to move it and move it into the correct place that you need it to be before going to apply your squeegee on top and to push out all of that water. Keep in mind, if you're going to be doing the water method, you need to let the first layer dry for at least half an hour to an hour before trying to peel off the backing tape, purely because there's still going to be some water and soapy solution underneath the adhesive, and when you peel it back you might just by accidentally tear your vinyl or shift it out of place, and that is very crucial for it not to happen. Otherwise, when you apply your next layer and it's something that has to touch each other, it's either going to overlap it or you're going to see a white gap. So you got to make sure that you allow yourself drying time and not to rush this process. Otherwise, you're going to see it later when you finally have finished your job, and you'll see lots of white gaps or overlaps throughout your entire job, which is not what you want. Now, having a look at our sign and the art that we've got, my best advice is to go with the biggest piece of artwork first. So in this case, that would be the black for me, purely because there's a lot more of the black artwork around the board. Try and give yourself a border so that, let's say for instance, you've got a small piece of black and the black is equivalent to another color in terms of space being taken up on your chroma deck. You want to try and give yourself a border that goes all the way around the outer edge of the chroma deck so that you can line it up correctly. Then afterwards you can always peel that border off, knowing that you've stuck your color in the right place. Now that you've got all of your layers applied one by one and you're happy with its final placement, you can then go ahead and do a final squeegee, and you always want to make sure you're going from inside outwards, never go from outside inwards, just in case there's a little bit of water left over if you've gone with that method, and that's just purely to get rid of the bubbles if there are any left behind. And if you by accidentally go from outside inwards with your squeegee, you might actually just peel up some of the vinyl, so just be very careful when doing that, and also you might create a ripple as well. Well, we have finished with all of our vinyl on top of the chroma deck, and our customer has requested us to do lamination on this board. Normally we don't, but in this case he is trying to look for the most amount of longevity out of his board as possible. So we're going to be laminating a gloss layer on top with our laminator. Now, if you've got a cold laminator, just make sure you take your time, don't go too fast, purely because the cut vinyl is different heights to the chroma deck, and sometimes you might have a portion of your chroma deck where it'll look like there's an air bubble, and that's purely because the laminator's rubber roller hasn't had a chance to actually push into those gaps, and purely because it's cold. Whereas if you have a hot laminator, Just make sure your temperature is not too high, but when you're laminating, you will most definitely see a difference between a cold and a hot. It will definitely push down the vinyl, the lamination into the chromatic where you have a difference in height. And this will definitely give it an extra year on top of its shelf life. So we're going to laminate it so that the customer is happy. So you've seen exactly how we turned this piece of paper and its artwork into a chromatic sign with print. All we need is for them to put it up and we'll see how it came out.
Twenty 2023 marks the 10th anniversary of AM.CO.za in the South African market. And through that time, we have experienced considerable growth and expansion with the support of our valued customers. To mark our 10th anniversary, we have bought a warehouse at Sunny Rock in East Rand, and we will commence with renovation and construction in 2023. The facility will comprise a massive 2,000 square meter warehouse, 300 square meters of demonstration space, 150 square meters of sales space, and 400 square meters of spare part storage on the top floor. 550 square meters of showroom space on the middle floor. 400 square meters for Machine.Africa for machine repairs with its own dedicated entrance. And a 250 square meter tea garden and coffee shop for your convenience. Our group now comprises 4 businesses. AM.CO.za is our main business and supplies the machines, spare parts and consumables. Machine.Africa does the installations for our clients and handles on-site and factory repairs. Ambitious Academy ensures that our clients achieve the very best levels of productivity by providing training and certification. And our automated AI-driven online store, Buy This, brings all products online and distributes countrywide. We invite you to be part of this exciting journey as we establish our new headquarters. Watch as the process unfolds and be part of the adventure to meet all of your machinery and productivity needs with this magnificent new facility. AM.CO.za. Achievement matters.